welcome back to Clearview Driving. My name is Amin and today I'm doing a mock test with Janmay. Welcome to the channel.
Thank you very much.
So your driving test is in just what, 2 weeks time?
2 weeks time, yeah.
Okay, how many hours of driving lessons have you done?
About 15, 16 hours,
15. Yeah. Okay, and had a question, completely went. Have you done a mock test before?
No,
that's
this is
what
my
the
first
question
time.
was.
Yes, no.
Okay, all right.
No.
Are you familiar with what happens during a mock test?
We can go through it then.
Okay,
Yeah.
so throughout today's drive, I simply want you to follow the road ahead.
Yeah.
Whenever I need you to turn, I'm going to tell you really early. If I'm not saying anything, it just means go straight.
Sure, yeah.
If you're not sure, you can just ask me. We're going to do one manoeuvre and we may also carry out the emergency stop,
Yeah.
similar to everything you've already been practicing with your instructor, okay?
Yes.
So, before we get started, a quick question about your vehicle,
Yeah.
okay? Could you tell me, how would you check that your head restraint is correctly adjusted, or how would you adjust it?
So the firm part should be at the level of your eyes or ears.
Mm-hmm.
And how would you adjust it?
Yeah, how would you normally adjust it? I know
Just
these ones
there's a
don't
clip.
move.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a clip there that you can adjust it with. But
Okay.
most cars, I mean, a few cars don't have it.
Okay, all right, I'm happy with that. For anyone that is new to watching this channel, don't forget to like the video if you enjoy watching this content and actually learn a thing or two. Subscribe if you're new and select the bell icon, and we're going to go straight into this. So Janmay, whenever you are ready, I would like you to start the engine. We're going to make our way down to the end of this road and turn left, please, okay?
Get used to
All
my
right, good
biting
luck.
point.
So it's a left out here.
As we're waiting at the end of this road, you can see that Janmay is holding the foot brake, but the clutch is half up. It's not a good idea to wait like this, as this will cause the clutch to burn out over time. And also, as we're waiting in this position, although the traffic's just approaching from the right, you want to make a good habit to look both ways in case any pedestrians step out in front of you.
And then a left again at this roundabout, first exit.
So there what happened is Janmay changed gear too early and the car struggled to cope with second gear. When you're travelling uphill, you want to use lower gears for longer as they have more power.
At the traffic lights, just up there, turn right, please. And turn left. Yes. Okay, Janmay, if you could pull in and park up on the left anywhere safe.
Whenever the examiner says to you pull over and park somewhere safe, they've already identified a few potential spaces up ahead. Now Janmay should have started braking at this point as there's a big gap on the left and we could have parked up next to this tree or just a bit further. He ends up going into the driveway and then decides he has to go forward again. The good thing is he does look all around into the road to make sure it's safe before he moved off from this position. Now as we're going a bit further, he does end up missing the safe spaces again and ends up parking in front of a driveway, which does give him a minor fault.
Thank you. Drive off whenever you're ready.
Remember, whenever you're trying to park somewhere safe, you want to make sure that you do not stop in front of a driveway, that you're parked next to a raised curb.
At the end of this road, turn right, please.
Okay.
Ahead of us, we've got a closed T-junction where there are pedestrians waiting from the right-hand side to cross the road. Janmay does take this junction a bit too fast. He quickly scans and enters the new road. Now the road happened to be clear, but you don't want to enter like this. The best thing to do would have been to stop at the end of the road, let the pedestrians cross if they wish to do so, look carefully and then emerge into the new road.
And take the next road on your left.
We're currently on a 20 miles per hour road and Janmay has gone into third gear. Third gear is great for fuel efficiency, but you don't want to be travelling too slow in third gear. Just ahead in the distance, Janmay starts to slow down and the speed drops to around 12 miles per hour to the point where the car is actually struggling with the gear. You want to make sure if you're going to slow down, you want to gear down.
And turn left. And if you could pull in and park up on the left just before the silver car, don't worry about the driveways on this occasion. Okay, Janmay, what I'd like you to do now, using this silver car in front, I'd like you to demonstrate how you would carry out the parallel park exercise. So firstly, pull up alongside this vehicle in the road, then reverse back and finish within 2 car lengths.
Yeah.
Reverse back and park within, finish within 2 car lengths, and try not to touch the pavement. Treat the driveway as a raised curb, so don't go on top of that section, okay? All right, whenever you're ready.
Before starting any reversing exercise, you want to make sure to look over both blind spots. In this case, we're reversing towards the left, so you want to make sure you check your right blind spot as the front of the car is going to swing towards the right. Janmay does not look around at all. Halfway through the manoeuvre, he's in a bit of a weird angle, so he decides to change direction. But again, he does not look over towards the road before going forward. This could easily be a serious fault in itself.
Can I try it again?
Yep. You happy to leave it there?
I'm not sure how far the pavement is from there. But...
It's fine, don't worry, drive off whenever you're ready.
Okay.
And if you could just pull into that next space just before the grey car is fine.
Yeah.
Again, don't worry about driveways, just kind of out of the road is the main aim here. Okay, so shortly I'm going to get you to carry out the emergency stop.
Okay.
I want you to drive normally down this road. I'm going to look all around, and when it's safe, I'm going to give you this signal.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
As soon as you get that signal, I'd like you to stop the car as quickly and as safely as possible, but wait for my signal before you stop the car.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Drive off whenever you're ready. Stop! Stop! Thank you. Drive off whenever you're ready. I'm not going to get you to do that again.
Yeah.
Continue driving normally.
Okay.
And then turn right, please. the end, turn right.
On the right hand side there's a traffic light junction where the traffic lights have been green for quite some time. As we turned into this new road, Janmay does wait for a safe gap, but you want to be mindful that the traffic lights may be changing. As the traffic lights change, we didn't have a lot of time, but Janmay ends up stopping and he goes into the cycle box.
Alright, so we're going to start the independent part of your driving test now. I'm going to give you a
Yep.
series of directions. At the mini roundabout, turn right.
Yep.
And at the end of that road, turn left.
Okay.
You can ask again if you forget, okay?
That's fine.
At this point, Janmay did misjudge where the junction was and he started signalling left from this point. But as we went forward, he realised the junction was not at the bend, so he should have turned his left indicator off. But he keeps the signal running, and this is very confusing for anyone behind us.
So we're now going to be following some signs.
Yep.
I'd like you to follow signs towards central London.
Okay.
Signs are slightly hidden. It's a third exit on this
Is it
roundabout.
hidden? Okay.
Yeah, it's just up there. It's
Okay.
hidden slightly.
So,
This time of year, the greenery
yeah.
grows out a bit too much, and then the signs are hidden.
So on this roundabout, we're taking the third exit towards central London. As we enter the roundabout, Janmay does get into the correct lane, but as soon as we entered, he needed to follow the white line to the left, which would have now put us into the middle lane. So we need to go in and start to spiral straight away, with using the left mirror and going outwards. So we're now currently in the middle lane, and this lane does not go towards the exit. Janmay does realise, and he deals with it safely.
Is it that way?
Yeah, that was the
Yeah,
exit.
yes.
We're now about to join a 40 miles per hour dual carriageway, and Janmay starts to gear up a bit too early. So we're currently at around 22 miles per hour and he switches into 4th gear. If we had to speed up quickly, this would make it much harder. As the car in front was a little slow, this wasn't a major issue, but you always want to focus on speeding up rather than gearing up, as the lower gears have more power. As we're still following signs towards central London, we needed to move into the middle lane as the left-hand lane is coming off the dual carriageway. And once the left-hand lane had come off, that was the end of the independent drive. So Janmay just needs to continue following the road ahead, and as we're going forward there is a new left lane, which means that we need to switch back into the left as the middle lane is now the overtaking lane. Janmay does this really well. We're just going to take the exit coming off here.
Yep.
So we're just headed towards Park Royal from here.
Okay. Yep.
Now we're going to be taking the next turn on your left. It's just before that green signboard. And turn left. Turn right. And turn right. Whilst approaching this junction, Janmay gets way too close to the parked car on the left-hand side. You can see the centre of the car is actually more on the left-hand side. The centre of the car should in fact be in the centre of the road. Okay, that's the end of your driving test. How was your drive?
Terrible. Terrible.
A lot's happening with the gears.
Yeah.
It was like you drive well, but there were loads of bits where I was just like, oh, this could have been a bit better, that could have been better.
Yeah.
I feel like you've got loads of minors that I'm kind of losing count here a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. But the main things for me that's sticking out right now is firstly control on gears.
Yeah.
You were going into 3rd gear and we're driving at like 15, which is okay, but then you're slowing down to about 12 and the car's really struggling, and you
Yeah.
kept it in 3rd, and I was just thinking that you can hear it.
Yeah.
The revs are so low and the car's really
Yeah.
and that happened a few times.
Yeah.
And back there we stalled. Why did we stall back there?
on that last
It
junction?
was in second gear when I was
Second
trying.
gear.
I
Such
was
a steep
yeah,
slope.
Yeah.
And there was another junction where you came out in second. I was frantically looking because it was just, well, we should have just stopped. First gear, take your time with it.
Yeah.
And then the manoeuvre.
Yeah. No, that was yeah.
I don't know what happened on that first attempt, but even on the second
It
attempt,
wasn't great.
I wasn't happy with it.
Yeah.
The first attempt, first of all, you're in the middle of the road, and I don't know why, but you put the handbrake on, you then prepared your feet. We're going to roll back. So you lifted the clutch up, and then when we rolled a bit quick. But the main issue with the first attempt is you didn't look around towards the right. I saw you check towards the left, but you never once looked towards the right.
Yeah.
You started reversing, you're nearly out of the road, and you went, can I go again? And I said, okay. And then you didn't check the right and you started again.
Yeah.
So lots of observation checks missing on that first attempt.
Yes.
Second attempt, observation was better, but the control was just frailing.
Yes.
So even by the end, we were miles out.
Yeah.
Yeah? The emergency stop was good,
Yeah.
but you're missing your left blind spot check. You're in the middle, just check both. Don't
Yeah.
be in such a rush to move away.
Yeah.
Stop, secure, okay, thank you. Check here, check there, then drive off.
Yeah.
Right at the beginning when we started the test, you didn't do your right blind spot
No, I
check.
didn't, yeah.
Yeah? Did you realise?
Yeah, I did. Just the moment I pulled
up
out.
to the junction,
Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
oh, I didn't check my mirrors and everything. Yeah.
What I see you doing with your feet is when you're stopping. So I'm just going to put this a bit higher. What I see you doing with your feet is when you're stopping at a slight gradient, you tend to hold the brake, get the clutch up, and then come off the brake, and then that's why the car stalled the second time back there.
Yeah.
Because when you do it that way, you're telling the car not to move with one foot. But
Yeah.
with the other foot, you're like, all right, let's get to the biting point. So that confusion results in
Right.
you not being able to feel the biting point.
Yeah.
And so when you get to the biting point, it's actually quite high and the car kind of lifts like
Yeah.
that. I wouldn't do it that way.
Yeah. Okay.
Why were you trying to constantly go into the next gear? Is that just because that's what you're used to, like kind of go to the next gear, 3, 4? You know when we were driving on the,
freeway, you
do you know
mean?
what, you know when we were driving on the 20 miles per hour roads?
Yeah.
We were not even fast enough, but you're going third gear.
Right.
And then when we tried to join that 40 slip road,
Yeah.
you were at 23 or 22 miles per hour and you went fourth gear.
Right.
We really struggled to get that speed, and the car in front of you, I don't know why, but they were braking, which helped you out
Yeah.
because it meant we had longer to get up to the speed. Joining the slip road bit was nice,
Yeah.
but it's just I felt like the gears, you're just
Need to
gearing
improve.
up, but we're not fast enough, so focus
Right.
on that.
Okay.
Do you normally drive a petrol car? The
Yes.
car that you're driving?
Yeah.
Okay, I think because of the sound of the engine, you're thinking that you're going fast, but actually we were not, so just monitor your
Yeah.
speed
Speed. Yeah.
with the gears a little bit. What else? That roundabout.
Yes.
What happened on that roundabout? You can open the window if you feel hot. Yeah, what happened on that roundabout when we were going third exit?
Missed the exit.
Yeah.
And then we went back.
We had to go back
yeah.
round.
Yeah.
Okay, it was okay to go back round,
Yeah.
but I would definitely use a right signal and just, you were checking, it was great, but just make it very clear what you're going to do. Why did we end up missing the exit, do you know?
Because I didn't spiral out on time.
Thank you. So as soon as we entered, you're in the correct lane, but now your lane is splitting and you've just kept to the right.
Yeah.
And that's where the problem started.
Yeah.
Then as we went round, you were about to go to the right again, and that's when you realised, no, there's the exit, and you tried to make your way left, and then that black car was behind. So
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't switch at that point.
No, yeah.
You did the right thing. But yeah, try and get that position in early, anticipate where you need to be moving over. But the good thing is you were always checking your mirrors, so that
Yeah.
was nice. Thinking if there's anything else missing. It was mostly just the gears. The car was
Gears,
just
yeah.
not fast enough, and you were going for the next gear.
Yeah.
So that's why it was very juddery, but bit not nice.
Yeah.
It could be a bit smoother.
Yeah.
And just with instructions, don't try and do stuff straight away. That's
Yeah.
kind of my main tip for you for your
Yeah.
driving test. Thinking if I'm forgetting anything.
Brilliant.
Anything that I probably haven't mentioned that you're thinking about?
No, I think we've covered most of it.
I think so, yeah. If anything, I'll put it in the video, guys. All right,
Looking
guys.
forward to it.
Yeah, no, you should definitely see this before your test anyway,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys, that's the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and that's it from us today. If you found this video to be useful, don't forget to like the video, comment down below, subscribe if you're new, and that's it from us today.
Thank you for having me.
That's all right. Thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
onto the channel and putting yourself in front of everyone.
But I just wanted to try and see where I stand basically. For
Yeah.
my
No,
test,
you
'cause
know
it's quite-
how to control a car, but you're
Yeah.
just gearing up a bit too soon.
Yeah.
But I think that's because of your previous experience and the
Yeah.
car you've been
Yeah,
driving.
Yeah, I mean, it's a slightly different car and kind of
The size
different-
of it and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, back there we had a clearance with that black Jag as well, which was weird because it didn't happen before. Like you got too close to the Jag you were parked near the junction back
Oh
there.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I forgot to mention it. But yeah, that's it. There you go.
Lovely. Thank you.